Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer, the Warden and the Paunch. I think we're going to take this manually. We're going to take it here and now. If we backed off, we wouldn't have to deal with the settlement garrison, but the trade-off there is that if we win this battle right now, the settlement doesn't have a garrison anymore and we get to take it over. Whereas if we fall back and try to lure Todbringer forward, probably what will actually happen is that he will just take up residence in the settlement, and then we'll have to deal with him inside the walls. His army is largely a joke. Really, the only thing here that's happening is Ozhag's army versus the settlement garrison. I think we can do this. I think we are powerful enough to do this. So we are going to hand AI control over to the, or hand control over the bad units over to the AI. And we're going to load in here. So a beta patch was released, and I've moved us over to the beta. It does a couple of things. It fixes a couple of annoying bugs. There's no fix yet for the movement issue with the WOG armies, nor is there a fix for that weird bug that has heroes, that has the Empire units running around in the T-pose on the backs of their horses. I mean, that's fine. That bug is more funny than anything else. But it does change the greenskin tech tree and some of the unit abilities a little bit. So we're gonna be on the lookout for opportunities to make good use of that. That is... So this is gonna be that small army that came up behind us, right? Well, let's just mulch those guys real fast. We gotta take some time for our reinforcement army to get onto the battlefield anyway, right? So this should be pretty straightforward, especially since we get to start with our big troops right up on top of them. Giant and idle. Do we want to have this idle? Because this is the fancy idle that works as a catapult, right? I might want to just have the idle stay over here, facing this way. Yeah, probably. It doesn't need to be a part of this. We'll have you over here where you can do your thing. Wolf Chariot is a ranged unit. Can be right there. Azhag himself can be on this. I'm going to leave Grutshod Blackbog out of the main combat, or out of this initial combat, because he doesn't really need to lose health. I guess he should be over here, though, just in case we need his magic. I don't think we will, but... oh, it also fixed the gamble bug, so now there is actually a reason sometimes to gamble for new wins of magic. When we're starting at 28, though, obviously, we don't need to. So this is a pretty big battle. This is going to matter a lot. So I have to try to be smart here, which is, you know, not a thing I'm always great at. Alright, get him. Get him. So they do have some good units here. We do have to care a little bit about what happens. They have some okay stuff. Alright, you guys get in and hit the back lines. You do that. Trolls take these guys to prevent them from getting on the pump wagon. And Spider in, Giant in. We're just gonna smash them, right? I'm gonna have Ozhag go for the back line instead, which is probably I don't need to explain that one. And you guys actually need to move up a little bit. Can't set you too far back. Can't actually help from there. Okay, that should be fairly straightforward. I don't know what's going to happen with all these dudes, and I don't exactly know what our allies are going to do, what our allied army is going to do. We're just going to hope it decides to behave reasonably. Alright, we should be able to burn this this group of enemies down pretty quickly, though. I know I said that last time, and it didn't actually turn out to be all that quick. We may as well buff everybody up. No reason not to. We do not have limited charges on that. Alright. We're probably not going to need to use any of his stuff. They are approaching. Alright, the only thing that is not really going ideally here is that Those guys are getting to shoot a little bit more than I would like. No, shoot the archers, not that guy. Oh, one other thing that they said they fixed is the weird issue on the campaign map where, for some reason, it was very difficult to select one army if another army was standing too close to it. That's a pretty minor issue, but I'm happy it's dealt with, because it was a little annoying. All right, you get that guy. These dudes are broken. Okay, and it looks like our allied army has had time to set up. So if we can just either burn down their Archlector or drive him off the map real fast, we can get back to it. Somehow these archers are still... Okay, I was going to say, they should definitely be leaving. Standing incredibly strong over there. Somehow we lost 3 archers. I don't know how that happened. Enemy Lord is dead. That'll show him. You guys get up here. And then, yeah, just... Oh, wait, I forgot. Sorry, you're a siege unit. Don't go anywhere. You are already in the right spot. Okay, and we have a lot of Winds of Magic to work with. Catapult fire going off against cavalry obviously is not ideal. Interesting that they've left their mortars so far back. Well, I guess our allied army is pressing them with cavalry in a way that does make it a little unsafe for them to advance. So once the rest of our troops are up here, we can go walk in ourselves. Okay, some of that catapult fire is landing. High-ranking catapult units can get quite accurate. God, it's so many bodies. It's such a large number of dudes in total. Alright, how's everybody? We're coming. We're almost there. So, if they're going to leave their mortars way back, that's a pretty big advantage for us. We don't want to let them... We don't want to let our allied army just get wrecked. But it doesn't look like the AI is really taking advantage of the fact that they rode in by themselves. Like, they are spreading their forces. So I think we want to just wait for them to come to us, as long as that's true. Right? I'm not in any great big hurry. I want to take maximum advantage of catapult and rock bottom time. Yep, and they are well determined to just send most of their army over here in a pretty distracted looking fashion. Alright, I appreciate all the good work you've done against the catapults, but it is probably time to start focusing on some of these greatsword units. Where are the greatswords? Yep, right dead center of the army, exactly where I want the catapults to be firing, and generally over here also a fine spot. Okay. If we can break up the greatswords, I think that makes it very unlikely that they'll be able to overwhelm us. Oh, one more big important change in the patch that I didn't mention is they reduced the number of turns that it takes to recruit some greenskin units. Biggins are now 1 turn base instead of 2, which means 2 turns base in the global pool instead of 4, and basic boar boys have also come down a turn, and that's a big deal. Alright, it's probably about time we start moving up, because they're about to have range to attack us. So, does it matter much who goes which way? We have Demigryph Knights trying to come in from this side, so let's grab 2 units of Biggins to do this thing. I do wish that these guys were ordered a little bit differently on the bar here. And then we'll have you guys run up to there. The Black Orcs can move in this direction. We'll try to have the Trolls outflank a little bit. My hope is that the... Well, hold on. We should probably not move them forward so far, because they move really quickly and they're going to get there. They're going to get there before we're ready for them to be there. Let's have the Giant head in this direction. The Arachnarok Queen can... Boy, I'd rather not just run straight towards spearmen. Here, we'll go this way. Keep an eye on maternal instinct. You gotta remember to use that. And do we want to have Azhag move immediately? I think we want to let the ground units engage a little bit. This is a steam tank, right? Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. The mortar crews I'm just going to ignore for the moment. So the things we might end up sending him to fight are Todbringer on his flying mount, or just like handgunners, or swoop in and hit stuff from the back after the battle lines are drawn. So for the moment, I think what we're doing with him is nothing. Just stay cool. And then you guys, I'm gonna have all of the archers focus on this unit of flagellants real quick. Flagellants have no armor on, so we can probably just cut them down real fast. They do a lot of damage if you let them get close in melee. And then I'm gonna wheel the chariots out to here, along with the pump wagons. The pump wagons, I don't want the pump wagons on the same side as the demigriffs. They're too easy to catch. And we may use the chariots and the pump wagons to relieve pressure on this side of the battle. Okay. Very important battle. I'm going to be very nervous and very pausey during it. That's just how it's going to be. Where are you at? You're just in the middle of it. That's fine. That's a fine place for you to be. Okay, here comes the rifle fire. Honestly, he can probably just ride in and hit those rifles. Lots of damage already. Ooh, here comes their good ranged fire. Okay, we stopped the rifle fire. So now the question is, do we want to cast some spells? This looks like a pretty prime spot, but those guys are going to break up quickly. We do have our Assault of Stone, which I think goes off fairly quickly, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna lead with that. So we still have... Here, let's have some trolls meet the greatswords. These trolls over here can meet those greatswords. We wanna deny the greatswords their powerful anti-infantry role. And then... God, I hate Outriders. I wish we had more boars. Boars are actually okay against them. Let's have... I'm going to have the chariots and the pump wagons move out a little bit more. I think before we worry about relieving pressure on our allies, we're going to try to flank charge the greatswords coming in here. Yeah, that makes sense. You guys should just try to catch those dudes and break them up really fast. Okay. Again, sorry. Double, triple sorry in advance about the degree of pausing you're about to witness. Once the battle is joined proper, we'll try to line up a good wind of death, because that's going to be a big deal. And I don't really want these guys getting into the catapults, is my main plan over here. We'll see how that works out. Also, forcing them to try to charge through the trees is pretty good. If they're not moving fast enough, they don't get their charge bonus when they make contact with you. So you can use trees to break that charge bonus off. Oh, one other change that I did notice in the patch notes that I wanted to make a point of is that they actually increased the melee effectiveness of the Orc Shaman, I believe. Which is great for us, because we were already using him as quite an effective melee unit. In fact, I'm going to have him right out over here. Like these other cavalry units. And it looks like Todbringer is maybe... He's descending rapidly. He might be going in for the archers, but we can probably catch him with the biggins. Nope, he stopped descending. He changed some... Okay. Get him. Go get him. Alright, chop us in, boys. It's taking a remarkably long time to get those kills. Alright. Here is the moment of charging. So the Outriders are... Yeah, probably not going to get anything done here. What, can I not issue... There we go. It's a little weird. Actually, you know what? That unit of greatswords is so busted up already. Let's do this instead. You guys show up over here to apply damage. And you... where is the best place that I can Foot of Gork? That's, I think, our number one concern here is the Foot of Gork. Oh, let's also drop quick unit of spiders. So unfortunately, the enemy's pretty spread out. This is a pretty good spot, actually. You can hit that from there, right? Yeah. That's a lot of low health troops, so we should see a lot of deaths from a spell as powerful as Foot of Gork. And then they didn't really line up the great swords in the way that I was hoping they would, which is going to complicate the use of Wind of Death a little bit, but we can, it looks like we can catch a fair number of their ranged units. I'm very into reducing the number of range that they have left as quickly as possible. And do we want to change anything about our strategy over here? Like the targeting, maybe? His shots are so accurate, he can probably just pick off individual members of that greatsword unit without killing our own guys. Yeah, should probably just kind of keep shooting at the middle of the enemy force. Okay. How is this part of the battle going, by the way? It looks like it's not so good. I mean, a lot of the units over here are pretty bad. Yeah, we got a lot of like goblin spear units up against real cavalry. And I know they have spears, but they're tiny joke spears. We purposely gave them bad weapons as a joke. These dudes are just uncontrolled. Do we have a plan for those guys? This was the plan for those guys. Yeah, that's inconvenient. Well, I may have to have you ride over. This is not ideal. Are these goblins or orcs? Yeah, those are goblins. Okay, pretty solid stomp there, actually. Alright, we are... Our big anti-cavalry mans are losing very badly to their cavalry on account of their extremely elite cavalry. Those aren't just any random assholes, those are the really good assholes. Alright, you get to do that. Ride into anti-large guys on purpose. It's working out just fine for them, right? Boy, it really is, too. Alright, first of all, hit this. Secondly, we gotta help these dudes out, or they're just gonna get mulched. Can we... Does this become an... Oh no, this is not overcastable even. Okay, so this does affect an area. Does this one? Is the melee defense? No, it would only affect the one group, the one unit of orcs. Alright, we're gonna go big melee attack. Yeah, here I guess. Right now it's only going to affect one unit, but they're closing up. By the time the spell finishes casting, it'll be a little better. The spider hatchlings are instantly dead before we even saw them, which is actually remarkable. What? Like, wow, what happened? And then I guess we don't really want to do anything with Azhag until he finishes dealing with these guys, unfortunately. Alright, you just ride in here and be a problem. Actually, focus on those outriders for a moment. Try to break them. What's the cooldown on that? Pretty low. Okay, we're gonna have more guys soon. Okay, I mean, it's working a little bit. We dealt some damage back, at least. Alright, we're gonna get these spiders up. It looks like we have broken a fair number of our enemies. Drop some spiders over here, please. We have a lot of people who have elected not to fight enemies anymore. They're just done, they feel like. So let's see. You need to press those guys. You need to press these guys. We got to get on some ranged units. Do not let them just shoot stuff at us. I wouldn't have thought I'd have to tell you that. That's how battle works. So those dudes ran over to fight Azhag. That's actually probably okay as long as we focus him up. Just toughen up, maybe give him the old Gaze and Nagash. I'll hold off on that. I don't want him to, like, stop meleeing effectively. So let's see. You guys are beating the hell out of Toddbringer, which is fantastic. I'm going to let these dudes go. You guys turn around to get Toddbringer. You guys turn around and fight these spearmen. They haven't done much work to the Night Goblin archers, and I credit our wizard with a lot of that. But he should probably disengage from this fight because he has other people to kill. And where's the pump wagon? Pump wagons are... Okay, pump wagons are chasing some guys they charged to death. Good work. Good on them. Does it make sense to hit this? I mean, we may as well restore Vigor, I suppose. Make sure we're hitting that on cooldown. They are doing some damage to him now. But all he has to do is hold him in place for a little while, right? When they get surrounded here in a second. It looks like the bug that makes it so units that are given multiple orders ending in a charge don't charge has been fixed, maybe? Okay, so first of all, new spider unit. Let's make sure that you are on someone. Old spider unit is commandable again. They should chase somebody as well. Go get these guys. Show them who's boss. We should have a kill on that front pretty quickly. And we also have a lot of units that are just that are attacking people who are permanently broken. Like I definitely saw a great big rock get thrown at these great swords over here. So let's rebalance that to... I think we need to start shooting this way. What little ammunition is left in the catapult also should probably go this way. It looks like our Wog army has done some damage over here, but it's not awesome. On the whole, though, so far, going pretty well. The Arachnarch Queen should not be doing that. She should be doing this. You attack their wizard. Don't let him whiz at us. Never just let him whiz at you. Looks like we're probably not going to be able to save the catapults, but I think they've lost that unit of Reichsguard chasing them, so that's pretty good. Gavin Olden can get shot to death. That'll be fun. You guys could back up, it looks like. Got a unit of Biggins remaining engaged with Toddbringer. These air boys should be shooting at Toddbringer as well, because it looks like we can kill him probably. And our wizard needs to be managed carefully. There, you can do this. That's a useful charge. I don't want him dying before his time, but he's also an important part of the offense. Just take a moment every so often and make sure that we're doing things that are sensible. Oh no, actually, you can stay in. Never mind. And the little spiders will be here any second. Demigriff's almost dead. The other unit of Demigriffs is... It's a close one, but we're coming out ahead. Alright, little spiders are doing some fine work. He forgot his orders somehow. Here, charge those guys, actually. Right, I'm going to keep Azhag on those dudes, because Azhag can actually keep up with them as they flee. Got a lot of units here who are temporarily broken. Temporarily broken is not good enough. I'm going to try to avoid running too many of my units that way, though. These stone trolls are, like, very committed. I'm going to leave them in. I'm going to let them stay very committed. It looks like we're doing a lot of leadership damage here, though. We have a lot of enemies who are feeling discouraged, which is exactly the kind of courage that I want them to feel. I know I just gave you guys different orders, but I changed my mind. Go do that now. Okay, so... Orcs doing fine work. We don't need to have so many bodies chasing this wizard. I just don't want us, like, fanning out to the four winds, you know? Are those guys are not permanently broken yet, and I really don't want them recovering and coming back on us, so I think I'm gonna stay on them. Let's... make sure that we are doing stuff that makes sense. This is a good way of having these guys do something useful while also still moving toward friendlies. Okay, nice to see that break. Actually, hit those guys. You lot are in skirmish mode for the rest of the battle. They managed to get caught by the trolls, so they should be dead pretty quickly. Alright, pump wagon pumping, you know, doing its thing, doing what it needs to do. Azhag seems to have a really hard time finishing people, which is a shame. Alright, looks like you guys are good, so come back and help with this. You guys, I guess, stay on those dudes until they're actually off the map, because those ones are not permanently broken. I want to avoid tearing our force apart too much. You can see we're kind of getting scattered to the four winds here. You should probably just come back now. I mean, how much health or how much ammo is left on the mortars? The mortars are mostly spent already. So while ordinarily I might have him run over there to fight them, I think we can probably not bother. What's left on this side? There's a bunch of rifles. They have half a unit of great swords, some normal spears. There's a lot of ranged, but it looks like we handled a fair number of the greatsword units already. Here, you can charge those guys. This is the Arachnarok spider who probably needs to turn around. Yeah, who definitely needs to turn around. I'm going to have Azhag just report back. I think these guys are close enough to the edge that they should run off on their own. I think we can ignore the mortars. I'm gonna have Azhag do this actually. We're gonna ride over here. We're gonna gaze of Nagash the tank, and then we're gonna start in on it proper because it's about to be that time. Right there, right at the edge of the map. There's no way they turn around. Nope, never mind. Kill them. They signed their own death warrant on that one. Okay, there we go. There's that permanent break we were looking for. Actually, it looks like a lot of his army just gave up due to the incredible work we've done over here. Yeah, just create a distraction. Let's get all of our archers shooting at the tank. Let's get you ammo and then shooting at the tank. Azhag's coming. Let's try to form up the melee over here. Is the tank the only thing that didn't surrender? Do they have any other unbreakables? It looks like no. I bet Todbringer's unbreakable, but he's dead already, so. Okay. We have a very low unit of Biggins that needs to stay outside of the battle. We have you. You have your Gaze of Mork. We'll hit that. Alright, and our plan here is going to be to use small spiders and the giant to keep the tank in place. Wow, that's a lot of damage. That was way more damage than I was expecting that to deal. It's like, it's not really much of a volley, you know? Oh. Keep riding forward, though. We can Spirit Leech him as well. You know, the crew, presumably. Not the tank itself. 15 seconds until we have that up again. You have Gaze of Mork already. Turns out Magic Missile's pretty effective against a tank. I underestimated the amount of damage these things were going to do. Just shoot right down into the crew. They're in there somewhere. And here comes the giant, but honestly, by the time he gets here, I think it's going to be resolved. 7 seconds left until Mork can turn his baleful gaze on them once more. I'm going to level with you. I thought that we were going to suffer way more losses than that. That's marked as a Pyrrhic victory, but the losses are really, really focused in the reinforcement army, which is, like, most of these are not even real units. We lost almost nothing from the main army. So that's really bad for Reichland. Like, really, really bad. Also, 229 kills for the wizard, who I believe only cast one offensive spell into a group. And granted, it was into a lot of guys, but I think that's telling us he killed a fair number of spearmen with his own 2 hands. He has earned his place at the head of the army. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I think Greenskins are a super fun faction. They've done a really good job with the rework. If they could get that that Wong movement thing sorted, we'd be in like really, really good shape. Alright, so we should probably take any replenishment we can get. We are not in friendly territory. That is wonderful. Anything else? No, okay. No loot or anything. Did Todbringer's army... No, okay, they did not march into battle. Oh, that's right, it was Todbringer who initiated. It wasn't even the city garrison. So... they survived, and they will still be around. We still have to deal with them. Interesting. Interesting move from Volkmar the Grim. Not sure I understand what he's going for. He is going to get super murdered. Oh, I sure hope the Skaven don't steal Norden from us. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that much, but it's nice to have ports, you know? Underway interception. A single Jufbar dwarf was trying to sneak past Grimgor Ironhide. It did not work. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Yeah, it turns out that the garrison of Altdorf really needed those walls. Field battles, not really their thing. So, Oglok's getting even faster. Always good to see. Ehrengrad is under siege by guys, if you want to call them that. And holy crap, we have so many notifications. So that's Kralfrans with a full stack, and we can't really see what's in it, but if I had to guess, I'm going to go on a limb here and assume half of those units are real bad. Alright, Oglok. Yeah, just step out so that you're in reinforcement range. Wazhampa attacks, Volkmar retreats. And then we chase him down, right? Like I wanna deal with Ehrengrad, but I don't think we have to get to it this turn. And in fact, I think we can't. Yeah. So we may as well hunt Volkmar. Wazhampa is probably the reinforcement army come the real battle. Right, Oglok's force is in much better shape. Like he actually has his Wog force still. 1,800 deaths, largely focused in Wazhampa's army. That's a reasonable outcome for us. Yeah, I don't know why Volkmar stuck around. He was in terrible shape there. Well, I'm not gonna, look a gift horse in the mouth too much. So, I suppose sneaky stealing. Sometimes the enemy gets to cast spells, and it would be better if they didn't. Oh, also they added some Black Orc skills. So how does this work? Wow, that's a significant boost for the whole army. He's not dead till I says you are. So where does this go from here? Vigor loss reduction to all Orc units in the army. Reduces the cooldown on his redline skills. The redline skills that he has. Line Cracker gives him Deadly Onslaught with a lower cooldown than normal and also a speed boost. This makes him better at hero actions. And then, wow, yeah. That's pretty significant. What's his... Oh, he has no natural bonus versus large. But 15 bonus versus large on a unit that already has a base 60 melee attack, and on whom you're likely to take plus 12 melee attack, is definitely compelling. I think the Black Orc Big Boss already had a reasonable... He's already a pretty reasonable character, but they have made him way better. It looks like we lost some skill points, though. Because our man here is level 10. And I guess they maybe changed the yellow line, and the points that we had already invested just disappeared. Which is a bad time. I mean, it's a beta. I opted into a patch that I knew was unfinished. Because some of the bugs were really bad, and I really wanted them fixed. So what do we want to take on Oglok now? Were we pushing... We were pushing blue line. I see that. Okay, I think there's not really much of a reason for us to do anything other than press hard for Ehrengrad, right? Like, that's full march to Ehrengrad. Let's keep everybody together here. So we should get replenishment, allowing Oglok... Okay, Oglok will be almost full next turn. He's got a couple of weak units. Oh, right. These guys don't have scrap upgrades. Yeah. Let's go for the skin sacks. Grimgore leveled up and should probably grab Foe Seeker, or... What do we want for him? Because we want to push his red line and his yellow line. I guess it's hard to know what he really needs at the moment. What's his army look like? So he has the buffs for the orcs. This is probably not a long-term build for him, but like night goblins. What about upgrades to these squig hoppers? Do they have? Is this riders? Yeah, squig herd. All melee cavalry. 12% speed and 12 charge bonus. Boy, even at max, that's not a very good buff, honestly. I think I'm going to grab Foe Seeker for him right now, just because we're already on this, and then we'll push the red line stuff. So, also, his troll is getting stronger, which is lovely. How's the build-up going? Next turn we'll have rams. Yeah, okay. I want to finish the rams. We can get a second ram. Is the, there's a scout button. Do they have 2 gates? Yes. Okay, build the second ram. It's not even going to take an extra turn. Out of curiosity, if we didn't do a ram, no, we would not finish that in 1 turn. Okay. Yeah, build me a second ram, and we already have 1 set of siege towers. This should make this battle fairly straightforward. I mean, honestly, probably doable even without that stuff. But why not do it the easy way, right? Okay, Furt doesn't really have a play except to try to kill this agent. This is the thing about a goblin. Once they start failing at stuff, they're just going to keep failing at stuff. They get discouraged. Sawspug Backbiter. Let's have one of the goblins push this way, and the other one should probably return to some sort of scouting purpose. And it should be Gouger, because Gouger is the one who can't be relied on to get a job done. Do we want to take an upgrade? We are pretty negative on gold right now, and I know we have a pile, but I'm a little concerned about running out of money. 38.40. Alright. We'll take that. How are we doing on Ehrengrad? 9 turns away from maxing out the pop. Okay. The Chaos Forces, I assume, are at war with... Yeah, they are at war with Reichland. Oh, apparently I have an attitude toward them. That's weird. You would think that this faction being me, I would get to determine what my feelings were about them. Alright. Also, rats. My dear ratty friends. How are you feeling about that non-aggression pact? Are you... Why is it so hard? Now see, like I was just saying, money, it's tight. But I feel like this is really important. We need to start that positive opinion feedback loop that comes with having a proper treaty. What would it be to just pay them again? The generous gift is really off the table. I'll go medium, though. It doesn't show... Okay, we're trending 20 more points up. First of all, I really don't want Claymores to attack. Secondly, I really eventually would love to be allied with them. I think that it would be really, really valuable for us to be allied with them. Is Rachnik ready to roll? He has 2 spaces left in his army. One of those spaces could be for... maybe for Nubzub. We could pull Nubzub back and fold him in. Did I have a plan for these? Oh, it was probably this. That was probably my plan for those. It makes sense. There is a spider unit there. Okay, well...
That unit is pretty tough.
Do I think that we could...
Unachievable.
I mean, what are the odds those guys are going to come out of their stupid fortress? Probably pretty low. We could just ride out and threaten something. Try to make them have to respond to us. What's the province that Middenstag's part of? It's this stuff? It's not Salzenmund. Oh, that's where Karaberg is, so it's okay, it's this. There's a rat army somewhere nearby. We don't exactly know where. We should make sure we remember to have Azhag claim this. Somehow we lost 500 troops there. I'm not sure I agree. That should not be possible. That is definitely the most money I've ever received from sacking. Okay, let's repair the port, obviously. This money-making building, absolutely. We're going to need a garrison. We're going to need proper recruitment structures, and I'm, like, not worried about money at all anymore. I'd love to be able to recruit trolls. You know what? Go ahead and repair this. Let's also... Boars are important. I think we're less likely to want to hire spiders. I mean, an arachnarok is cool, but that's the only thing we'd get out of that structure. We may end up building it anyway, though. Yeah, I think we end up building it anyway, because I think we are, in fact, going to just build all of the recruitment stuff. I guess the way I've built this doesn't give us access to squig riders. We'll be okay. Somehow we'll survive. Grunberg is a turn off of having proper defenses. Claude Schneider is too little too late. I bet he gets tired of hearing that. Take that, Claude Schneider. Okay, and then Hergig can absolutely have its upgrade. Is there any place else that we need to install anything? Fort Chakova should probably have something. Probably, you know, one of these. That seems like it makes sense. Down here in Nagenhof, I mean, we're upgrading. Things are going. We gotta wait a little bit longer there. Okay, so it looks to me like we have a lot of important stuff done already. So they changed how these are built up. Yeah, see, this one is now +8 melee attack for all orc infantry. And this one gives a speed bonus to all boar units. So these are actually worth taking now. I'm going to take 8 melee attack for all orc infantry because that's bananas. Okay. Feeling fine. Feeling pretty okay. What's public order here looking like? Oh, it's pretty positive, actually. So I don't think these guys are going to be able to reach Erengrad next turn, even, which has me a little worried. And obviously I don't love them having to fall back this far. Ah well. It is probably necessary. Alright, if we are as rolling in cash as it looks like we are, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna start being a problem. I would think that this would be like an automatic victory. We could just fight it, I suppose. They have a mortar. I would like to get some towers built. We actually build stuff pretty quickly here. And there's no reason to build a ram for this army, because the trolls can burn a gate pretty quickly, and they're a hell of a lot faster than a ram is. Yeah, we'll do it like this. Mostly what I'm trying to do here is draw the attention of these armies, so I don't necessarily even want to take Middenstag. I want them to think they have time to come and do a thing about it. Ashag needs a couple of turns to get healthy again. What's his walk force really look like? Honestly, it's not that bad. The damage isn't that bad. And we are 11 turns from the end of the walk, so who knows if we'll still be holding this stuff by the end of it. Alright, I think that's the play. I'm super bummed out about the fact that we are so incredibly positive with Clan Moors and we can't get even the most basic treaty with them. Also, it's a little bit of a bummer that the Dark Elves have this wonderful front open to them. They could just ride in and really scorch the earth, and they're just not taking advantage of it. It's like they don't even care. Okay, he's gonna go and try to find some time to rebuild, and we are going to pursue him aggressively. Does look like the Chaos Forces are kind of paying attention to the Reiklander troops. I thought that Clan Mulder army was definitely going to Norden, but I guess they have other stuff that they have to do. They have a date somewhere else. Okay. Oh no, my garrison. We got this. We do not have the metal to commit that final upgrade, which we actually do care about a little bit now. I mean, we should probably roll up here and just... Can both the armies make it? Yes, both the armies can make it. So we can roll up here and force Karl Franz back. Or we could try to do an an ambush creep move in the hopes of actually getting to attack him next turn. But I think he's probably, honestly, in a pretty grim spot being forced back up here. I'm just going to go for it. So I want to be very careful about how I move this. You go to there. You also have to go into march mode. So we could go to like right... It's not going to be super easy because the armies can't stand directly on top of each other. Okay. So that'll push you back, and then I want to move into the circle a little bit. Just make sure that we will all get to participate. So he's going to have to run, right? I don't think Gunter Albrecht will be able to make it all the way over here in a single move, so he shouldn't be able to muster 40 troops against me, and even if he did, our numbers are overwhelming. Overwhelming is the word I might use. Alright, for some reason this is not a trivial auto-resolve. They're going to make us actually do this manually, but we should totally be capable of doing this manually. And upon this victory, Grimgor is actually in position to just come and join the Reichland front. We could send him south and have him finish off that crappy little Beastmen tribe, but to be perfectly honest with you, my suspicion is they'll never be able to put an army together. Oh, I didn't make my Wog army AI controlled. Probably should have. Okay, we have our riderless wyvern in combat for the first time. That's going to be fun. Let's do first of all, do we want a weakened unit of... I guess a weakened unit of Black Orcs in the siege tower is better than a weakened unit of Black Orcs in one of the manning one of the rams. So I have one of the ram units over here. One of the ram units directly in front of... Yeah, see, they set this up all funny. You guys should be, like, over here where the gate is, don't you think? And then I'm going to have the towers spread out a little bit. The weakened tower should probably be on the side that only has one defensive tower. And you should come in, like, right here, because we want it to hit the dead center of that wall, because that gets it out of the firing arc of this stuff as quickly as possible. And then we have a lot of cavalry who can't do anything at all until the gates break. We have some archers who we want... Okay. You know what I appreciate about them is their enthusiasm. Grimgor is gonna follow the siege tower up because we want him up on the wall as quickly as possible. The wizard's gonna have to hide. Wizard cannot be a part of that. We have all of these. And we have some boars over here. And the swamp things are just like get close and wait for the gate to break, I guess. And then our reinforcement army can just go to the other gate, which will be broken by the time they arrive. All right, so you try to put up right there. You try to put up right here. You guys, we have to be a little careful with the positioning of the trolls. I guess actually I don't want them to go too close right away. There's no reason to let them get shot. All right, all of our siege stuff is ready to do the job. All of our cavalry needs to try to get into positions where they're not, where they are not super towerable. They are unfortunately going to get quarreled a little bit. Nothing we can do about that. You also report over here. And Grimgor, I don't know. Grimgor doesn't need to do anything just yet. Oh, I forgot to give you guys your obvious order. So it does suck a little bit that we have basically like units, a unit of Black Orcs probably not contributing very much to the battle at first. This is the way of things, unfortunately. Obviously, the Feral Wyvern, once we make contact with the wall, the Feral Wyvern getting in on these ranged units, standing up on the wall is going to be a big deal. Are we firing the siege stuff? Oh, archers. Sorry, the archers should quickly get up into a position where they can actually shoot back. Okay, yes, our wingsuited goblins coming in. Looks like they're just going to hit the tower, though. Well, I mean, that's not the end of the world. Alright. They've done a pretty good job of dealing damage to this siege tower. That purple bar there represents the vehicle health. But not good enough. Alright, Grimgor, get up there. You are going to have to kill so many dwarves. It's crazy. I don't know if you have any idea how many dwarves you are going to have to kill. Oh, hey, the Wog Army actually attracted a wyvern of its own. Cool. This battle has 2 wyverns. You guys just get over here. Wyvern, your job is... What is this? These are great weapon longbeards, so I think those guys are actually a pretty bad target for wyvern combat. They have so many garbage mining units. I think I'm actually going to pull the wyvern up to here, and we're just going to have it... We're going to have it join the assault on the wall. You don't really have useful spells yet. Yeah, that is unfortunately the case. You are close enough to the... Oh, we got to move you up. We can at least throw down some debuffs on the enemies once the battle is joined here. Hoping that the river trolls here can absorb some fire and then regenerate the damage off. Looks like it's getting to be about time for this. Alright, ride in and do your cool wyverny thing. Grimgor is running just as fast as he knows how. Apparently at some point they found someone to man this tower. Had decided it wasn't worth it at the beginning of the battle. Now they care, though. Alright, go and wyvern those dudes. Grimgor, get in here and start smashing. Alright, kill those guys. I'm just realizing now I didn't give explicit combat orders to these dudes. Let's make sure they know they're supposed to be fighting. You know, orcs. You can never you can't just trust it. Alright. So we almost have the rams at the gates. The Black Orcs are taking a much more of a beating than I thought they were going to on the approach. And I'm not happy about it. We have so much cavalry. We have so much cavalry. So ready to do so much damage. Alright, now it is the time to begin blighting souls. Let them have no combat stats. Also, this tower should not be under Dwarven control like any minute now. Yes, get in here and fight this Thane. Right, there are no dwarves left in the control box. Oh no, I guess this unit of miners, their flag is over here, is somehow in the box. I should really have control of that by now. Are you guys close enough? How's the gate doing? 40%. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Apparently I missed some dudes. Okay. How's the wyvern over here doing? Wyvern's tough. Wyvern's fine. Let's try to break these guys up, take control of all this stuff as quickly as we can. We gotta watch out for the Great Weapon Longbeards. It's like one of the very few units in this battle that's actually worth something. He doesn't really have area buffs, right? He has his Bloodforged armor, so he can run up on dudes and explode at them. He can call out enemy heroes. He should try to make it over to Gradnar Stormbreaker. Let's see if we can make that happen. They do have their own catapults, which is a problem. Wyvern plus Black Orcs against the weakest enemies in the Dwarf roster, though, is pretty good. Oh, he's just getting hung up on stuff. Look at the size of him relative to the rest of the Orcs. These are Black Orcs, too. These are the large ones. Okay, hold up. We gotta change up some orders here. So, River Trolls first. Plan was going to be Black Orcs first, but they sustained an amount of damage that is just unconscionable. Also, cavalry. I was hoping to be able to move the cavalry up. Like, this tower is still somehow under their control. Yeah, they do have guys in the thing still. Well, finish them off. Please hurry. Please get the job done. So I'd love to be able to move our cavalry up. The archers can probably, at this point... Yeah, at this point we can probably step up to here. My guess is we're going to be able to fire over at their melee troops, and their own ranged troops are not long for this world. And on this side, we are absolutely just going to jam people through the gate. There's not really a lot of strategy to apply on this one. We don't have any units that are any good over here. So just... Yeah, all of you, not the archers. All of you just mob the gate? We could put a couple units up, but honestly, we don't have anything that's capable of fighting those Longbeards. I think we do just mob the gate. Also, for some reason, I'm getting a ranged attack cursor. Oh, because it didn't unselect the arrow boys. It unselected the melee troop next to the arrow boys. Alright, all of you ranged need to like form up here. Really? They're getting to fire that tower, are they? Who's the guy? Oh, apparently they have three tiny guys from a miner's unit that's nowhere near here who have just stayed behind to operate the thing. Boy, I wish I could do that. I wish I could have individual guys hang out and do a thing. Alright, they are attempting to swarm us, which is annoying. Come on, Grimgor, keep pushing through. Throw those elbows. Look at you. You're 3 times the size of the guys that are on top of you. He's going to blow up. There we go. That got him clear. That's actually a pretty handy ability. Alright, focus on those guys. You continue to fight the weak people. The Black Orcs can fight the stronger ones. Alright, trolls through. Now, Black Orcs through. And then it's the cavalry, but the cavalry are going to have a hard time... I mean, I guess I'm going to order the cavalry through first. We'll let the Black Orcs stay back for a moment. Yeah, have them stay back for a moment. And you can re-Soulblight. Soulblight's so good. What an incredibly good spell. I'm having a hard time chopping my way through to their character, but it's going to happen. This is acceleration and charge speed. Look at he is just muscling his way through. Alright, definitely time to debuff the dude. Did that go off? No. Kill. Ooh, big overhead. Wow, did you see the chunk of health that guy lost? That's bananas. Alright, Wyvern's in. The Wyvern has gone mad. Mad with murderous rage, which is fine. Actually, that's a good thing for it to do. Alright, here comes a whole lot of cavalry. Armored squig hoppers and whatnot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, go ahead and throw out that big wall. Why not? Okay. So, let's grab the cavalry that has made it through, that has performed its initial charge. Basically, immediately break off and charge somebody new. The cavalry that's still coming in can go ahead and do its thing. We're basically just cycling morale damage here. And on this side, yeah, it's going to be ugly for a while. The main goal on that side is just to keep a number of enemy units locked up. I don't know. I don't know what the hell you guys are doing. Alright, Grimgor. Grimgor has almost killed that dude. It looks like they've lost the walls. They've lost the walls pretty badly. Turns out the Wyverns are pretty alright. Alright, get over here. So they still have a lot of bodies, remember. They have a lot of very weak, bad bodies. But they do have to be killed. Okay, you guys should charge in now. It's your turn. So they have enough dudes around the siege stuff that I'm not really comfortable moving the Wyverns in by themselves. I'm a little afraid that we'll lose them. We can certainly roll these things up, though. Start counter-firing, maybe. Honestly, it's probably even closer than that. That's going to take a minute. That's a big walk. And you need to get inside the gate as well. I know you're not a great fighter, but just get over here. Probably we need Grimgor to get off the wall. I think that's going to be the best thing for us. Let's get down here and have at some of these dudes. My suspicion, though, is that we're going to see some surrenders on the floor real soon. This doesn't harm friendlies, right? Yeah, okay. You guys attack here. That dwarf character has decided that he's back. So Grimgor's going to solve that one. Here he comes. He looks mad. Let's nuke that guy's stats one more time. Okay, he's done for. Actually, I think we are maybe in the place where it's going to make sense for the wyverns to get a little more aggressive. Make sure those guys do not rejoin the battle. Solve that problem. We got some good permanent breakages here. Is this that character? No, that's mine. Okay, I guess Grimgor just cut the dude's head off already. We are absolutely going to have Grimgor charge now. This is probably the time for the big cavalry move. I'm going to have the wyverns pull up into the air for a minute here, and we're gonna execute some charges. So first off, I'm gonna be real cavalier with the lives of these cavalry because I don't actually care about them. But don't let them hear you. Don't let them hear me say that because they're gonna have some morale problems. Let's have a couple units charge off this way. Just get that under control, and then these guys don't have orders. You guys are going to charge right there. And Grimgor is going to be right behind you. Some Black Orcs might also be right behind you. It's mostly Grimgor. I wouldn't worry about anything else. You got Grimgor. The Swamp Things can absolutely also charge. Honestly, Troll Hero, Trollcaster, also get in there. And at this point, we want to move the archers up into the alleys. And as soon as contact is made, we'll have the wyverns descend on people. And how's this front going? Are the dwarves over here pretty murdered by now? Or, it's happening. It's working slowly. They are maintaining control of the tower on that side, despite the fact that they don't even kind of have anybody in that tower spot, which is annoying. Yeah, the rules are just very plainly different for the AI than they are for your own units. Wyverns are scary, remember. Their mere presence is enough to panic some of these weaker units. Did you maybe want to take off? Or I was just thinking you could maybe be in the air when this is happening. There you go. Alright, here comes Grimgor. Did you guys forget what I told you to do? They did. They completely forgot their orders. Okay. So, Grimgor, what's the best? The best use of Grimgor is probably going to be getting him sort of into the middle of the enemy formation for the explosion. Where's my caster? Okay, close enough. Close enough that we can definitely drop a great big debuff. God, I love this spell. What a good spell. Alright, now that initial charge has happened, I'm going to try to cycle these guys out. Here, we'll execute that as a charge into some... Okay, most of the bodies over here are actually my own. The flags need to do a better job of representing, like, the center of the unit that they belong to. Alright, he's got a little bit left to go on the, debuff for the enemy lord here, unfortunately. But the wyverns are doing wyvern stuff. Wait, where's the other wyvern? Oh, it's right there. Oh, lost control of our wyvern. Right, go kill Gilbert Grimtideson. comes the big stuff. Grimgor, kill. Don't get distracted. I know you love murder. But I'm just saying, focus your murder. I would never tell you to murder less. I know you better than that. Look at him. Look at him trying to escape. He sees what's going to happen here. He doesn't want any part of this. I don't blame him. Grimgor, you got to swing the axe, though, buddy. He likes to stand around and look menacing for a little bit first. Here's the problem. He's got just too much stuff standing on top of him. He needs a little bit of help. Give him another vigor boost. The wyverns are getting a little roughed up. I would love for this wyvern to withdraw if we can make that happen. You guys successfully charged out. Actually, boy. A lot of bad work being done over here. You know what? Go get those guys. On this side... Okay, on this side we're moving in. We do probably have to wait a little bit, though. Are you guys close to range? You are in range. Okay, well then. Start firing at those dudes. And don't chase anything. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have them just fire at an area. You can hold Alt to have them target the ground. Just fire at a particular place rather than focusing on an actual enemy unit. Alright. And I'm sure our Troll Wizard's not a great fighter, but I'm sure also that she can handle a siege crew. Wow, Grimgor is shattering this dude. Holy crap. Grimgor's pretty alright. Chance you could like just get out of there so you don't die? I think there's a significant chance that when we when this dude's head comes off, their whole army is going to immediately surrender. No, don't let him get away. They do still suffer a penalty if their lord runs off the map, but it's smaller, I believe. Oh, that's a shame. Ah, well, what are you gonna do? This. Jeez. Yep, Grimgor is that that killer character that we were looking for. All right, there it goes. There's the cascade. That took longer than I wanted it to. Alright, we should see surrenders over here. Yep. Alright. A decisive victory. Not exactly a middle-of-the-bar win. Like, I know we saw a lot of people take a lot of damage, but the actual number of losses is quite low. And we'll be traveling through friendly territory all the way up to the front. We will not need Grimgor to pause or anything. He will be healthy by the time he gets there. 445 kills for one of the units that went up on the walls. Pretty bananas. Only 61 for Grimgor, but to be fair, two of them were 100% of the enemy characters, so that's got to count for something. And that will be the end of Jufbar. Yeah, I'm just going to ignore the Beastmen. We're just going to have Grimgor ride west. There's still so many Reichlanders to kill. I don't know where I plan to apply him. Oh wow, we didn't even lose the wolf unit. I thought for sure those guys were going to actually die. 159 kills for this wyvern, not too bad. 227 for the trolls. Yeah, sack it. Because he does have to actually claim it this turn, so we can't go anywhere anyway. Alright, go ahead and occupy. That wipes out Jufbar. Frankly, it's embarrassing that I let Jufbar live till turn 148. Not the way things should go. I'm gonna... yeah, we're gonna do this. And then, what? The Fate of Beauty. Do I want an AoE spell more than I want a single... So this does a tremendous amount of damage to a single unit. You really want to use it on like some greatswords or something and just watch them melt. I think I want that over Purple Sun. We'll get Purple Sun too, obviously. Eventually. All things in time. Fert really just needs to start pushing this way. And then Nubzub, jeez. I don't know, man. Yeah, assault some units, just try to get some XP while keeping an eye on these dudes. Sozpug is going this way. Oh, maybe I could have had him block Karl Franz. Maybe that would have been the smart move. Then again, Karl Franz is probably already under control, if I had to guess. You need to just, yeah, give me some eyes over here. Let's take the final research, because now it's actually worth having. Okay, we are going to cap out our tech tree. And we're still doing super, super well on money. Which of these is further forward? Oh, Kemperbad for sure. Karag Dromar is almost certainly Skaven. Yeah, not worth worrying about. Alright, did we actually move everybody? Grimgor could go pursuing, and probably ought to. What's going to be the best way to do that? Do we want to try to... Because Karaberg is Skaven, right? It's gotta be. The problem is there's this really dense forest here. You can see our movement line ends at it. This forest is dense enough that you actually can't walk through it. So we could press this way and then like try to do an underway move over here, or we could just use the road north of north through Karaberg, which does go over these little stones here, and it'll be a lot easier to run that way. The downside, of course, is that we're not actually in friendly territory there, so we don't get the healing. I think I'm going to go this way. So I think we want another turn of friendly territory replenishment, and in fact, I'll even raid to make that even better. So we'll be pretty much back at full strength. Okay, we've done some fine work this turn. Let's see if the Skaven would like to reward us. 39 trending towards 71. My dude, take the pact. Why are you being so difficult? Why, man? Alright, Rachnik. Yeah, we'll take the do I want to just take that, or do I want to also build the tower? Or the second tower? I think, well, I'll just take this. They're clearly not coming out for it. Let's just sack it and then occupy it. We're well outside of their retaliation range. Repair, and honestly, it probably needs to be... I was going to say it probably needs to be an obedience building, but I forgot our obedience building is tier 2. I'll just do that then. Alright, let's give them one more turn cycle here. How's his army doing? He basically doesn't have a walk stack. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. He'll be fine. Gunter Albrecht cannot make this distance. Oh, the Dark Elves doing something. Who knows what? Do we see an army from Clan Moors? I mean, they have to have armies near us, right? Yeah. Interesting. I don't know what the hell those guys are doing. Wow. Heinz Sullander recruited like 8 units there. We know he's only been there for 1 turn, so those are probably like spears. Interesting. He rode over there. How did Middenland re-emerge during Reichland's turn? There are some weird mechanics that the Empire has now that I don't really know very much about. Stuff that was added in the Empire rework. We might want to do an Empire game sometime soon to get a feel for that stuff. But we've been doing a lot of campaigns on this side of the map lately. I don't know. We'll see. My guess is Clan Molder is going to do nothing of value, you know, just like they always do. Right, the Beastmen are actually running pretty deep and might be in somebody's territory besides mine at some point here. Alright, so Nubzub got wounded, that's a shame. We did cap out our tech tree finally because it became worthwhile. And now we have to decide what we want to do about Karl Franz. Our movement got tacked, it looks like. There's no way that's a full turn of normal movement. So we can't attack him no matter what. I don't really want to just, like, sit here and wait for him to come back. We're probably going to have to try some ambush nonsense. Hopefully Chaos will be able to hold off Southern Hoff, who has a remarkably good army, considering how quickly he recruited it. And, like, they must be running pretty close on their economy. Right? The number of stacks we always see them have? I don't know. You know what? Not my problem for the moment. This is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been pretty pleased with this episode. We've made a lot of good progress. I don't know if there's probably going to be an episode sometime this weekend, but I don't exactly know when, so I'll just say, when we see you next, I think we're going to continue clearing out the core of the Empire, while for some reason, they send every living man to defend this weird upper corner that isn't worth anything. And we'll see you then.